Hello everyone and welcome. In this lecture and in the next few lectures we'll look at getting and setting options in Pandas. So Pandas has a feature that lets us optimize our data frame or the objects that we work with. In this lecture we'll look at some of the most common options that we can use to optimize and customize our data frame objects. As usual, we start by importing pandas as PD and import numpy as NP. Next, let's look at some of the options that we have. We'll mainly look at the get option and the reset option methods. So they are get underscore option and reset underscore option methods. For instance, there is one method called display maximum number of rows. Let's look at that. So we can use the get option method to see how many rows Panda displays at a time. So for that we say pd.get option and then we pass the option name. It's called display maximum number of rows. So display dot maximum rows, and if we run this we get 60. So if we have a data frame with more than 60 columns, with more than 60 rows, Pandas by default will only display 60 rows. That's the maximum number of rows displayed by Pandas at a time. But if we want to change this maximum number of rows, we can change it to a different number. So instead of 60 we can set a new maximum display number of rows. So we can do that by using the set option. So pd.set underscore option, and there we pass the maximum number of rows, display that maximum rows, and then as a second parameter we pass the maximum number of rows we want to be displayed. So for instance we can say 120. So now instead of 60 rows, 120 rows will be displayed. And then once we do that, we have to now, if we use the same get option method, pd.get option display maximum number of rows, now it will be 120 rows. So this is how we can change the default number of maximum rows displayed. And there is another method called reset option. This reset option will reset this to its default value. Let's look at that. So pd.reset option, and then we pass the method name. Here it's display maximum number of rows, display maximum rows. Now if we use the get option for display maximum number of rows, it should be reset to 60, which is the default. pd.get option display maximum rows. Now that it's back to its default value of 60. So this lecture is a quick introduction to the various options that we have in Pandas to customize our data frames or objects. And in the next lecture, we'll look at some frequently used options. We looked at display maximum number of rows option as an example. In the next lecture, we'll look at a few more of frequently used options. Thank you, everyone.